Hello out there, and thank you for coming to Thank You for Coming. My name is Mike Carr. I'm your host of this show here live on 2MB Studios. We are live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. I'm glad you feel welcomed, Loaf the Wonder Bread. We're so happy you're here, and all of you who are watching. This show is just a chance for us to bring together improvisers from different places who've never played together and having them do a scene together. Honestly, I came up with this idea because I was very selfish, wanted to see some of my improv friends from all across the country and all across the world come together, not just to play with each other, but also play with me too, because I miss them. Hi, Benny Skur. Hi, Julie Pooley out in the chat. If you're in the chat, get active, comment, let us know you're here. You're going to be a part of the show. We're going to need suggestions a couple of times throughout the show. So please feel free to throw those in the chat so we know you're here. Before I get on with the show and I bring out my guests, hi Sam, hi Rachel. Before we bring out our special guests, remember 2MB Studios has tons of great shows, so make sure you are subscribed to their channel. They have shows, I want to say it's almost 7 nights a week. If I'm wrong, Matt will correct me, but I think it's 7 nights a week of shows, which is fantastic. Lots of great content, game shows, talk shows, improv shows, all sorts of great stuff. So check it out, 2MB Studios. But now it's time to bring out our very special guests for tonight. These two guests have never met. They've never improvised together until now. First, we're going to bring all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Kevin Gillese.
Hello,
hey,
friends.
Oh, you're looking good, buddy. We already talked about our hair privately, but we can share that with everyone.
No haircuts since February, and just feeling good, feeling shaggier than I have in a long time.
Awesome. Great. So Kevin is going to be improvising alongside another dear friend of mine all the way from Los Angeles. Please welcome Michelle Nussey.
Hi. I tied my hair up, everyone. You can see. You just let it go long enough and then you tie it up.
Excellent.
I can't wait to get there. I'm so close.
So close. So
I do that too.
One of these guys up here. That's what you want.
For sure. For sure.
Oh, yeah, yours is you got a good top knot going, I think. So
nice to meet you, Michelle.
It's nice to meet you. I'm excited.
All right. So Michelle and Kevin have never met. They're about to do an improv scene together. So in the chat, please throw up a location where the scene can take place. Any location at all. Go ahead and put that in the chat right now. And then once we get that, we're going to all go away. Then Michelle and Kevin will come back. One of them will say, thank you for coming, and then the scene will begin. So it's that simple. And then we get to just chat and do some improv again later. So, so let's get that chat going. We need a suggestion. Give us a location. Ooh, Tom's Diner. I love it. Tom's Diner.
Tom's Diner.
Tom's Diner is our suggestion. Kevin was doing the whole intro, and he disappeared because Matt's like, I don't have time for this. I love it, Matt. You keep running the show the way you run the show. All right, Tom's Diner. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, hun. Did you want a coffee again, or?
I'll get the usual.
Yeah, both eggs.
Both of them, yeah. Side by side.
Yeah. Okay. I can do the sauce on them, kind of like a smiley face, if you want.
Sure, that's great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. It's really good to see you.
Oh. It's good to see you too. It's been a while.
Yeah. But I'm back.
Yeah, I thought you moved.
I did. Things didn't work out. Turned out. Do you know what catfishing is?
Yeah, I saw. Wasn't there like a Netflix documentary or something?
Yeah. It was one of those situations. So I'm back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
yeah.
Forgive me for asking. Which side were you on? Of the catfish?
I was being cat. I'm sorry.
Right. No. I just wanted. I mean, I thought that, but just
Yes, I was the one being catfished. 100%.
Right.
But so anyways, I'm back and I'm getting breakfast like the good old days.
Like the good old days.
Back to square one.
Yeah. Oh, you quit your job at the music store, right? Before you left?
Yeah, I quit because I thought I was going to be living in Chicago, and so now I'm back, and they made me reapply. So I
Oh,
actually could I use you as a reference?
yeah, like a character reference or
Yeah, just
I,
yeah. I just give them your name and number, and then they might call you and ask, make sure I'm legit.
sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can tell them a lot about how you're really efficient at eating breakfast.
Cool. Yeah, anything helps. So
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Um,
You know,
hey, no, you go.
no, you go. No.
No. Mine's silly. You go.
I was just gonna say, Bill, I'm so sorry about the whole catfishing thing. You were so
Thank
happy
you.
when you left. You were kind of glowing and
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. I was gonna. Well, I got rid of my apartment when I left,
oh.
and now I'm back, and
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
what do I even?
That's really,
So
yeah.
I don't know if. Well, no, I mean that's probably too much to.
What?
I
Oh, wait. Oh, I know. Did you want to borrow my sleeping bag? Like if you find a place? Is that what you were?
Yeah, that's so generous. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. I would love to borrow a sleeping bag.
Of course, of course.
Thank you. You are. That's very, very generous. I thank you. I might um try to catch a few Z's here in the diner if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's fine. I'll just put your plate to the side so you don't kind of, into it. Sometimes
Sure.
that happens here.
Yeah,
Um,
truck drivers all the time. All the
yeah.
time.
Well, even they have their cab to sleep in, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
well, I don't mean to be, forward, but I mean, you said you lost your job and your house.
yeah, yeah.
So, Bill, why did you come back? I mean, do you have anything here anymore?
I just really like how you make those eggs.
Oh, Bill. Oh. Well, it's just regular over easy. I didn't even write down your order. I should probably.
You are still married, right? Or am I imagining that? Or I just wasn't totally clear what your current status.
I mean,
That's probably inappropriate. I'm sorry. That's a bridge too far.
did we already talk about? I don't know how you would. Sometimes I've been having these little mini naps recently, and sometimes I miss things. I mean, technically, I'm still married. I don't know if it's what you'd call an ideal situation. We're like, it's just Maddie's not. He's we're in separate like beds. And his bed is with Darla. So yeah, it's not going great. But he only comes by once a week to pick up his laundry. So
What?
that's nice.
Does he not have access to another? It just seems like does Darla's place not have a laundry set up or?
I don't know. When I used to spend a lot of time there when we were friends, I didn't really spend a lot of time in the laundry, so I'm not sure what the deal is. I try not to ask too many questions.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, I think you deserve way better than that because you're a really kind and generous person, and you're really good-hearted, and you're great. And so I just want you to know that, I can see that you deserve better.
Thank you. That's really. Oh, I just remembered. He took the sleeping bag. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. I thought I could help you out.
No, I always land on my feet. I'm sure I could figure something out.
Yeah.
Better make those eggs to go.
Oh. Sure,
You've spent a lot of time here with me, and I really appreciate it. And I'm kind of like, I'm a lot right now. I know I'm a lot. So just to go.
I mean, of course. But you're not a lot. It's a good amount or whatever. But yeah, I'll get those. Yeah, to go. I'll wrap them up. Yeah, no problem. I'll put the coffee in a to-go cup.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's thank you.
Of course. Good luck with the job.
I will need your number to give them as to be the reference.
Oh.
Because
yeah.
they'll say like a name and a number for a reference.
Of course. Yeah, I'll write it down for you. Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
But I won't use it for personal use, unless you think I should.
For personal use?
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, I understand that you're giving me the number in a professional context, and I wouldn't overstep without. I mean, without explicit kind of,
I mean that yeah. I mean you could you could.
Let's leave it at that. I think that's pretty. That's. I understand.
I would like it.
Oh.
Is what I was trying to say.
Great. Get ready for some emojis to be hitting your text. Like the I don't know which one, like maybe the like smiley one, but he's like his smile's kind of wiggly, like he's been drinking. I mean, I have not been drinking, but just to be just for fun,
Yeah, that's a funny one. Yeah, and they have a coffee one.
Oh, great! That's good for us. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, your breakfast is ready.
You know what? I'm gonna eat here if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll put it on a plate. Did you want a coffee refill or?
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Cool.
Oh, nailed it.
The music is so good in between.
Thankfully, there are lots of free websites where you can just download royalty-free music. Get ready for some emojis. Exactly. That was such a great line. That was such a fun scene. Thank you both for jumping into that. It was so great.
It was so fun.
Yeah,
it was so cute. It was so cute. And I broke so hard when you said what side of the catfish were you on?
that is such a fair question.
Right? You gotta check. Women have got to check.
Yeah, you got to be safe. You don't know. Like, yeah, it was a catfish situation. That was vague. You're not sure.
Catfish situation. I didn't do very well. Anyway, yeah.
Are we like, what do you do in this chat time? Are we like unpacking the scene, or
yeah, we're unpacking the scene. We're going to talk about stuff. There's some, like, I just jotted down some notes, but like we can just get to know a little bit about each other and also talk a little bit about the work we just did, because this is
cool.
We're doing improv in a very different world. So like one thing that I love about this show so far, all three of the scenes that we've done have taken place in the physical world and not necessarily in Zoom or online,
Right.
which is something I see a little bit of, but mostly I see improvisers leaning into the fact that we are online. But it's fun to, my mind at least paints a beautiful diner picture the second that you both started the scene. So in your experience, how much online improv have both of you been doing during the pandemic? Have you been doing a lot? Yeah, Michelle.
Oh, thanks. I've been improvising mainly with Comedy Sports here in LA. So I've probably kind of been doing like one show every couple of weeks or so. Yeah, and we generally have taken the Comedy Sports format and put it on, like, tried to make it work for like online improvising. Mm-hmm. So we tend to do it in real situations as opposed to like on Zoom, like improvising within Zoom. Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, the main thing I've been doing is every Friday night we do Scandal, which is Dad's Garage does a improvised soap opera.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the one that, when we moved all of our stuff online, the one that kind of clicked the best. And so it's been every Friday for months now. We're going to end our run at the end of October. But so that's been really fun. And then I've just kind of guested on different things, maybe kind of like this, or just different jams and stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoy watching just the world get painted in such a fun way. So the first thought that I have is I miss diners something fierce right now. Like, that scene brought back so many diner memories for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm jonesing for a breakfast in a diner at some point in the very, like, you made it real.
I would love to go have breakfast in a diner. A breakfast is my favorite meal, and I just, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Breakfast is the best one.
Yeah, breakfast is the best. We've got questions coming in from the chat as well, so we'll incorporate those. Loaf the Wonder Bread asks, do you see virtual improv becoming a permanent fixture of the improv landscape? Yeah, we're going right to the big questions. Like, is this our future? Is this the future for a short time, for a long time? What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like if we click onto good formats and formats that work on Zoom that wouldn't work in real life, I think it will be. Mm-hmm. I feel like this, for example, is a great format for that, because you've got people who don't live in the same city working together and who don't know each other. Like, you're kind of taking advantage of that, which is really great. Some of the improv that I've done where we're just kind of trying to shove like old live performances onto Zoom, I feel like as soon as we're allowed out, they're just going to all disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also feel like it might be long enough that we've got enough time, because I feel like now it's this really new art form where everyone's like, I don't know, how does it work? What's a good thing? So we're doing it, a lot of people are doing it in a very basic way. So I feel like we've got enough time, unfortunately, where we will kind of maybe work out some really good little gems, little nuggets that might stay around.
Yeah, I love that answer. That's way better than anything I could ever say. So I'll double down on that. But there's a couple of thoughts that were in my head just in reflecting on this past scene that I just wanted to toss out there. First of all, that was such a beaut. Like that could be the basis of a script for a short film. You know, I've been really getting into filmmaking, and I just love when there's a good improv scene that's kind of grounded but still fun and kind of just feels cinematic somehow. And that scene we just did was like a perfect example for me of one. And so that was the first thing I just want to say right off the bat. But number two, Michelle, I picked up when you said, oh, I didn't remember saying that. And I was like, okay, now we're gonna like tilt into like he's like a creepy stalker, and I never got a chance to really build off of that offer. But I wanted to mention that I caught it and I liked it and I wanted to do something with it, but it just didn't happen. So
it's funny because I think my instinct for that offer wasn't pointing you out to be a creep. It was, even though I was dancing with that with the catfishing, but I think it was more that it was such a blatant question that came out of nowhere. Yeah. That, are you still married? And she was like, well, so I think it was more a comment on. But I like that idea. I kind of want to see the long version now, where he turns out to be a creep.
Or like, you know, like maybe a well-meaning creep. You know, like kind of living in the gray, where it's like, dude, that's not cool, but well, we can kind of tell you're a good guy, like, you know.
He's so well intentioned.
Yeah.
I agree so hard about that scene. It felt like it was the basis, like you said, of a short film. Or at one point, I felt like I was watching a one-act play, which is something I've really enjoyed in general as well. Like like, you know, I've a short form background, which is very much like, you know, get to the funny, or I love watching scenes where you're not afraid to slow down and you're not afraid to. The silence that you both used in the scene, I thought was so well used, because there were moments of just, it's awkward and you feel that between these two characters, it's very awkward. But between the improvisers, it was very much like, oh, they're completely comfortable in this, which you can see the silence go the other way and you're like, oh, the improvisers don't know what to say. But the way you both use silence, I loved watching just those moments. They were so rich.
It becomes almost like a staring contest, in that it's like, oh, we're gonna do some silence. Oh, you're gonna stick with me on the silence. Oh, let's see how long we can ride this silence. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, cool move.
there's something so nice in being in a silence with someone in an improv and realizing they're not jumping in. And there's that kind of moment of like, oh, cool, we're both like on the same silence train. That's fun. I like
that. Just the silences were so well used, and I love the release of detail throughout the scene to just kind of pepper in your relationships. The we're in separate beds and he's in Darla's was such a beautiful drop.
Great joke.
And yeah, it is. It's a great joke, and because it's not like a there's my joke. It just comes from this real, honest place, which I know is what's to me, which makes it even funnier, is that it was this beautiful reveal of, oh yeah, no, he's totally sleeping with my former best friend. Couldn't he? And you still do his laundry, or he does the laundry at your house. Like there's still that whole world too.
Yeah.
So when you guys are doing improv, you know, in person, what is your approach? And kind of think about in terms of being online as well. So you're playing with strangers now more, like we said. Does your approach change in playing with a stranger online versus when you're playing with a stranger in person? Because they're two obviously very different mediums, but how do you approach it as an artist? Like, what's your take on it?
Well, the first thing that occurs to me is that often when I'm playing with a stranger in person, I have a perhaps misguided sense of like responsibility to like take care of them if it's not hitting the way that maybe we want it to hit. And what that looks like to me is like trying to get laughs and make the audience laugh, right? It's like, if I'm out there with someone for the first time and it's not going great, I feel a little extra responsibility to try to get the audience laughing so we get back on track.
Sure.
You know, so that everyone feels happy with the show. And in this environment, I'm relieved of that burden, right? I can just play. I don't know what other people think. All I know is how I'm feeling about the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something, and I think this reflects back onto what you were both saying about this scene being kind of quite grounded and connected, like a short film. I think when I'm playing with someone that I don't know on stage, I just want to look at them, and I can't, because that is not good stagecraft. So I kind of like, I'm at the audience trying to pick up as much as I can from this person. Whereas now I can just like, I was just like staring at Kevin and just taking in like any kind of tiny thing that I could see like on his face or the way he was speaking or his tone. And so I'm just getting all this information, and I feel like it makes the connection stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it easier in that way. Because I'm allowed to. I'm just allowed to look at you. I don't have to look anywhere else.
Yeah, like you're saying, the cinematic nature of online improv. Do you think when we do eventually get back in person, obviously we're all going to explode onto the stage like crazy monsters, because that's what we are. Yes. But like this, like you're saying, Michelle, like you're listening more intently because you're more fixed. How do you think this will change our play in the future on stage? Do you think this kind of attention will translate? Do you think it'll fade? Or do you think it's just something for this, and when we get back to stage, we have to focus on being live with an audience?
I mean, I hope that it will. What I feel will happen, at least when we first get on stage, is that we'll forget, like we'll be out of practice of listening in the other way. So I'm like, I can't see you, therefore I have no idea where you are. Which I feel like that's kind of, you know, like it's kind of like a muscle memory kind of thing that you train, like that we do all the time. But I would hope so. I can't see what it would look like, but I would hope that it translates.
Cool. Any thoughts on that, Kev?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious because there's like an audience laughing is like the most obvious kind of interaction, give and take that we have, right? But there's like so much more that I think informs the pace of scenes in ways that maybe we don't always articulate. Like, for example, you can feel like the attention be taut or start to wane. And that informs the pace with which you play. And so like, I'm really interested to see whether we kick back into being like tuned into audiences and able to do the dance with partner and with audience, and we're all swirling together, or if it's going to be like, you know, like someone who hasn't seen the light in like a year comes out into the bright daylight and it's just like, ah!
Yeah.
or if we'll just be like totally tuned out of it and like less aware of those very, very subtle indicators that you get. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
It will be. In the meantime, this is what we have. So we're enjoying every second of it. Speaking of enjoying it, I'd love to play one more scene with the two of you, and I'm going to play with you because that's what I made this show, because I'm selfish. So what we need, exactly. From the chat, well, just give us another location. It's going to be another scene. We don't have to start with "Thank you for coming." It's just going to be the three of us in a scene, but we'll get another location. So Twitch chat, throw us a location, and we will do a scene. While we're waiting, so Kevin, you're doing Scandal, you said, is the name of the show that you're doing every Friday. Is that coming to an end soon?
There's a few weeks left. It's Scandal, League of Supervillains. I'll show you if we have time real quick.
Oh, we have time.
This is my character. His name is Metal Face Zoom. And I had to drill these holes into my mask so I can be heard. And I do a lot of eye acting, you know?
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep.
Amazing.
So we're all supervillains, and it's really fun, and it's on the Dad's Garage Twitch stream every Friday night.
Awesome. There's a comment that says the faceless judge approves. On one of the shows here, there's a show called Run On, which is a game show. It is judged by the all-knowing faceless judge, who is a person in a creepy mask. Nice. That only rules with like shakes of the head. It's very terrifying. Michelle, and you're doing, you said Comedy Sports. Is that every Friday?
It's every Saturday. I should know. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
And we're also doing some shows. We had a break over summer, and now we're back. We're doing some shows with like other comedy sports cities. Like that's a fun thing that we wouldn't be able to do as easily. So I played with Philly a little while ago, and that was super fun.
Awesome.
So you can find out more through cscla.com.
Excellent.
I should ask, I don't know if we talked about this. Like, I'm in Atlanta. Michelle, where are you?
I'm in LA.
In Los Angeles. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were down under because the time difference would be insane.
Oh, yeah.
I know. No, I am not there, and now I am not allowed to go back yet.
Right.
They have closed it all down. So I'm here now. Yeah.
I'm Canadian by birth, by the way. I've been here in the States for the last 10 years. So, like, just Commonwealth bonding. That's all I'm
Universal healthcare bonding.
Yeah.
The good old, I'll just go home if anything bad happens. That kind of
I'm sorry that you can't escape at present.
I chose to stay. I'm happy here.
Awesome. All right, we got some great locations. We've got Ballroom, Golden Corral. We just had a diner. You know what? A corn maze. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Good old-fashioned corn maze. So that's where we're going to be in our scene. We'll pop off, then we'll pop back on. So we'll see you in a second.
This thing goes on forever.
We've been to this spot already.
For sure.
I don't know how you guys can tell. It all looks... all the stocks look the same. Like I don't know where we are.
Well, no, hang on. Look, there's some peanuts from my trail mix. So we've definitely been here.
You left.
All right.
You've left your tray.
I wasn't intending to. I'm just a sloppy eater.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Are you going to pick them up?
Well, it's biodegradable. Other animals can eat it. It's fine. It's not like I'm leaving, burning tires lying around.
Oh, but like, what if there's? My cousin Sam has a peanut allergy. What if he happened by here and like tripped and touched a peanut? And
they're really serious. You got to be careful.
I don't think it's safe.
I hadn't thought about that.
What do peanuts grow into? Like, what if it grows into like a peanut tree, and then the maize gets messed up?
Shit. I hadn't thought about any of this. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll pick up whichever ones I can find. But I've been eating messily all over this maze. So. Found another one.
I just don't want people to die. That's all. I just don't want people to die.
No, I get that, and also the integrity of the maze is at stake.
Yeah, I don't know what they grow into, but I assume it's big because there are a lot of peanuts around. So it's a tree.
Yeah.
It's a peanut tree.
Yeah, it's a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds aggressive.
Yeah.
So.
Trees are definitely aggressors in the animal kingdom overall. People think of them as very peaceful, but they actually are the bullies of the vegetable world.
Are you saying trees are vegetables?
Well, plant. I think plant is what I meant. I did say that, but what I meant was plant.
Dad, I don't know what you're going on about.
The most important thing is getting back to the car before sunset. All right.
Which is in 14 minutes. Is in 14 minutes.
Okay.
It is getting really dark.
What's the best thing to do when you're lost?
Call mom.
I always call mom.
Does anyone have cell service?
Nope.
No.
No. Okay. So we got to move into phase 2. You know this.
Gotta activate our training.
That's right. That's right.
Even in a corn maze, we activate our training.
Training gets activated no matter where you get lost. Could be, urban environment. Could be middle of the wilderness. Could be a corn maze. Any of those 3 times, training applies. Does anybody want any peanuts before I finish them? Okay.
Oh, come on, Dad. Like 4 went down your shirt.
Oh.
I'm just worried about peanut allergies.
Yeah.
I mean, you should really wash your hands after you've touched peanuts.
I'll wash my hands when we get to the car. Now initiate training. Initiate protocols.
All right. Perimeter is established.
Good.
Here. So this is our perimeter for finding. This will be our base of the perimeter for finding our location.
Good.
Okay. Lighting is darkening. The sun is that way,
Mm-hmm.
which means that way is west.
Correct.
The wind is northeasterly, so the wind is going in the opposite direction that we should be traveling.
Very good. Very good. Do you see anything? Are there any animals, any birds? Do you see any wildlife that can help inform our strategy?
I can see a lot of corn.
Good.
There's a scarecrow over there, but
it's doing a really good job. There's no crows.
Yeah, there's no crows at all, so it's
really effective.
Now, you kids are doing so great. I'm so proud of you. Now, given what you know about the light, about the wind, about the corn and the scarecrow, can you derive any conclusions?
We're lost?
Yeah, we're really lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, Dad, I kind of tune out when you talk a lot about your directional stuff and your wilderness stuff. Like I'm not a wilderness kid. I like hotels, Dad. I don't know. I don't even know I have a compass, but I don't know what it does.
I'm really good at finding my way out of hotels. I can always find the door.
I'm sorry, kids. I've been forcing you down this path for a while now because I guess I'm just trying to make some special memories with you, And I wanted to do something fun, and I'm sorry. We can just next Halloween we can just hang out at a hotel. Promise.
Thanks, Dad.
It's getting really dark now.
Yeah, I'm getting I don't want to alarm you kids, but I'm getting scared.
Really?
I need you kids to step up and help us get out of here.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Okay. We know the direction we need to go to get out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't get there because there's corn.
Right.
Right? Well, what gets through corn?
Butter? A knife?
Do you have butter and a knife?
I don't. I didn't bring him. I left him in the car because.
What?
Teeth get.
Oh, teeth. I thought you said Keith, and that's
Keith?
me.
Keith, would you? I mean.
I thought you meant me.
Yeah.
I can eat.
Sorry, Keith.
It's not your fault. I don't want you to be scared, Dad.
I'm terrified. I thought this was going to be fun. Now I'm freaking out. We're going to die out here.
All right.
We are going to die out here.
Oh.
Dad, I thought this is what you wanted. You've been training us for this. You've been training us for corn mazes our whole lives.
I just want to hang out in a hotel with you guys and maybe watch some movies on pay-per-view.
I love pay-per-view.
Trolls World Tour is on pay-per-view right now, and we could have been watching that.
Justin Timberlake did a song for it, and it was so good.
No, we're never gonna hear it.
I'm never gonna see pay-per-view again.
Okay. You kids trusted me before. I'm going to ask you to trust me again. I might be scared. I know you guys are scared too. But let's follow the peanuts.
Keith, good one. Yeah, we should eat them as we go so that we don't come back the same way, right?
Yeah. That's right. I don't know if this is going to work, but it's our best shot.
Oh my God, there's peanuts. Dad, you dropped them like everywhere.
Yeah, good thing too.
Dad, did your trail mix have sunflower seeds? I found some sunflower seeds.
Yes, it did. And craisins.
Oh, that's what this is. This is a craisin.
Oh,
Wait, I see something. Look. That looks like
the entrance.
Wow, that was so much easier than. Were we just around one corner?
It was like, one corner away.
We were 10 feet away.
We were so close.
Oh man.
Freaking out around the corner.
Oh, it's right there. Cool. We're done. Oh man. Thank you both again so much for doing the show. It's so good to see you both. And it's awesome to watch you play. And you the two of you are just like, it's like you've been playing together for years. So it's so wonderful to see.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And Michelle, it was so great to meet you. It was lovely to play with you as well. And yeah, this is just such a lovely concept, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's super delightful and really fun.
Excellent. Well, next week, we're going to be back next week. We have two very special guests from right here in Boston. Leah Ghost is going to be here, and she's going to be joined by an improviser from Bellingham, Washington, DK Reinemer. So two phenomenal, fun improvisers who will be here next week to play. So you should come back and check it out. On behalf of Kevin and Michelle and 2MB Studios, thank you for coming.